Hello, hello. If you're watching the replay, welcome. All right, y'all, we're going to talk some network marketing today. I know that's shocking because it's different than any other day, right? Hey, Melissa. Hey, Hannah. Jana. Danita. Hey. All right, so we're going to, hello, hello. Hey, Erin. Ivy. Hey, Anna from Arizona. So this morning, I think it was like right around 60 degrees here in Texas. Oh my gosh, fall is on its way. So exciting. I wore like a 3/4 sleeve shirt. I even pulled out some boots. It's pretty exciting. Non 80 degree weather. It's about time. It's, what month are we in? October? Yeah, it's about right. I know. Pretty excited to wear all my leggings and boots and all that. Is that turned right? 56. I'd need a jacket. I'm a wuss when it comes to being cold. I'm cold in the summer. Well, not outside. Okay. Summer in Wisconsin. Yeah. What do you get, like 2 weeks of summer there? Yeah, I always wear jackets. I just bought a really cool jacket from Costco. It was purple, which happens to be my favorite color. And it like smushes up in a little bag. I think I'm going to wear it a lot this year. All right, so let's get to it. You don't have to trick people. So the 3 oils that we started with, Finance, Friends, and Field. These are the ULA oils. Hello from Anna, Texas. So those 3 oils, I felt like those kind of fit into with today's topic because Field is all about your job, right? And this is my job, network marketing. My name is Jessica Jacobs. I'm a platinum with Young Living, and all my scopes are on Catch. So if you miss any of them or you want to go see my other ones, you can check those out. So Field is your job. So this is my job. And ULA, Friends and Finance. I feel like for me, this is something that has, this company has greatly impacted both of these areas, both my finances and my friends. But I feel like this topic specifically, not tricking people, really does impact your friends, and it also has the ability to impact your finances in a positive way. Both of those things in a positive way. Network marketing a lot of times gets a bad rap. And I know I had a lot of preconceived ideas about it. Some of them weren't true, but most of them were. Because my parents did some network marketing and I had some friends that did. How many of you have been contacted randomly by people you maybe knew or knew at one point and, hey, I've got an opportunity for you, or hey, do you want to make a little extra money, somebody you haven't talked to in forever? Any of you guys been contacted on Facebook? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so right, just stop. I had a guy that I hadn't seen since college, and he messaged me like 3 different times about this opportunity that he had, and there was going to be a meeting in my part of town, and he thought that I could benefit from it. And then at one point he contacted me and, hey, could you use a couple extra $1,000 a month? And I really wanted to write him back that I was already making that with Young Living, but I just said I wasn't interested. I was going to offer to let him try my product, but I didn't go there as bad as I wanted to. Anyway, so we've all been contacted by those people, and I don't think any of us have. I know. Well, I actually did type out a very nasty response, and I guess I got it out of my system, and so I deleted it. I know. He totally deserved it, especially with the number of times that he messaged me. And as many times as I ignored him, you would have thought that he got the idea, but he didn't. Anyway. Whenever you get those messages, like, it's never, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. Ever. Never. At least in my, Yep. At least in it's probably the same company, Melissa. That's probably how they're trained, which, whatever. I'm not bashing anyone. I just feel like I have found a way that works for me. And I don't want anyone else to feel like they have to resort to tactics in order to be successful at this business. Oh, no, this is a product based one, a vacation one. Hey, I'd take a vacation. I don't want to sell vacations, but anyway, let's not go there. Yeah, this is like a workout product. Well, a lot of people use it for working out. Anyway, okay, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah, those tactics. Like, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to resort to tactics in order to be successful at network marketing. Always, Melissa. It's okay. You don't have to do that. I don't feel like, okay, so I have tried these things once or twice because I got to a point in my business where I felt like, well, other people have been successful at it, or you think they've been successful at it. And so maybe I should try. Maybe if I do some of these things that, these famous people are suggesting, maybe I can, bring my business to the next level. Maybe I just need to push past my comfort zone. Maybe I need to, push past that fear. All these things that they try and tell you. And I tried it once or twice, a handful of times, and I got the exact same reaction that I gave to people when I was approached that way. And it was never positive. I never tricked anyone into signing up with me. We'll say it that way. So I was listening to some trainings, and there are some really popular people out there, and maybe some people have had success like this, but I don't really see the benefit. I don't see the value. I feel like it pushes your friends away because all of a sudden they just think that they are, one more sign up, one more prospect, and I feel like it damages relationships. And so that's my stance on it, and I refuse to go there. Like I said, I've not had personal success with it. I don't really know anyone that has. The people that I know that have been successful at this business and Young Living in particular, and actually even other network marketing companies. I have a very good friend who is in the top level of Rodan and Fields, and she has done amazing in that company just within the last 2 years even. And not once has she resorted to those kinds of tactics. There are people out there that are looking for a network marketing business. And I feel like if you have a good business to present to them, you can be honest and say, hey, if you're looking for, some extra income, I have an awesome opportunity that I would love for you to take a look at. You don't have to trick them into watching your presentation. How do you ask to do classes? Do people reach out to you mostly? Okay, so I offer. One of the biggest ways that I've gotten classes is I send out newsletters to my downline once a month, and now it's actually I send it to my leaders and they send it out to their people. But I offer, hey, if you have fallen in love with your products and you've got friends and family that want to know more, I would love to come teach a class for you so that they can learn more about these products too. Bam, that's it. When I first signed up, I signed up and did not host a class for 6 months because I was not interested in network marketing, because all of my previous experiences with it were that people tricking, trying to trick you. Hey, will you watch this presentation? I know it's not for you, but maybe you know somebody that it is. Or do you know somebody that could use a couple extra $1,000 a month? Like all these tricks, because that's what I feel like they are. They're tricking you into watching their presentation or trying their product or something like that. And I mean, I don't know about you. I feel like I have a pretty good read on people, and I know when I'm trying to be tricked, and that totally turns me off. I want nothing to do with it. Whereas if somebody just came to me and said, man, I found a product that I love, and I would love for you to try it too, that is way more honest, and I respect that person so much more and am way more willing to try their product when they just tell me flat out, hey, I started this new business. Would you be interested in helping me out and hosting a class? Because maybe that's something. Maybe the people themselves don't have a big interest in, starting a business or hosting a class, but maybe you're good enough friends with them and they want to do you a favor, and so they're willing to do that. Depending on your relationship with people, I think it's totally fine to ask that. If you've got a friend who, my specific example, hold on one second. Allison, can you help her, please? Thank you. Mom duty calls. Any of y'all still have to wipe your kids' butts? My 4-year-old. All right, anyway. So, TMI. So, yeah, if I know I'm not the only one out there. All the moms. Yeah. Yeah, if you've got a really, see, there we go. All right, appreciate you. Um, if you've got a really good friend and they just started a business and you want to help them out, I think it's totally cool if you want to, host a party or a class, no matter what the business is. So you might have friends that are willing to do that for you just because they love you and, they want to see you succeed, not because they're necessarily interested in the product. But we all know that a lot of times with Young Living, when people sit down and they listen to a class, maybe they've had some preconceived ideas about oils, but when they sit down in a class and they really start to hear them, they maybe try them, and all of a sudden they have an experience with them, they might fall in love with them too. So, again, I wouldn't count people out as far as classes, but definitely, put yourself out there, different avenues of, getting prospective classes. The one thing I was going to say, I used my oils for 6 months before I hosted a class because I was not interested in hosting a class. I didn't want to go anywhere near network marketing. No thanks. And after 6 months, I fell in love with it. Well, over the course of 6 months, I fell in love with the product and started talking about it, and then had friends and family that were like, we want to know more about this. And it was like, okay, fine, I'll host a class. So all of a sudden, that email that I had been getting on a monthly basis that I wasn't interested in hosting a class, all of a sudden I became interested in hosting a class. And because my sponsor kept putting it out there and kept reminding me, hey, if you ever want to host a class, I'm more than willing to set one up, all of a sudden that month became the right month, and I responded and said, okay, I'm willing to host a class. So I think by putting that in, something that's in front of people on a regular basis, all of a sudden they might become the right person and be willing to host a class. And whether they end up starting a business with it or not, is not really the important part, because again, it's about who your people know and the context that they know, and that's how your business can really explode. No, not right now. No. So, I don't feel like you ever have to trick someone to hearing about the oils, to starting a business. They may not intend to start a business, and this is the other thing too. I feel like when you have to trick people to watch your presentation, it's a lot harder to keep them because they may not know what they're in for, and again, I just feel like it starts out on the wrong foot. You're not starting out open and honest with people. And that's kind of my motto, is openness and honesty and being real with people. And if they don't want to do this business, I want it to be because they have all the facts. And so, I want to start out on the right foot with people. I want them to be able to trust me from the very beginning. If there is somebody out there looking for a business, I have a great one, and I'm willing to tell them about it. But I don't. Okay, so here's what I was going to say. I didn't mean to start this business. I didn't mean to, when I first started, I had no intention of doing it. Very quickly, oh, hey, Brian, how are you? Very quickly realized that I had a business, and a very good one, on my hands, and I should, do it for real. And so I did. But I feel like I've had a lot of other people who did not mean to do this as a business, who have become really good business builders. Awesome. It was a beautiful morning here too, Brian, for the first time in a very long time. If it's forced or fake, share, people can tell. I don't think you meant to say share something, but yes, people can tell if it's forced or fake. I have a lot of really strong business builders who had no intention of building the business. And I think because I let them fall in love with the product, I think because they shared out of a love for a product, out of a love for a company, they hosted a class. And even when somebody hosts a class, that doesn't mean that they're ready to build a business, and that's okay. That can come later, and a lot of times it does. And I feel like because I didn't have to trick people, because I didn't have to say the right line, to get them to hear about my product, they naturally fell in love with it on their own. They were willing to host a class. They were willing to start teaching classes, and now they have a business on their hand that they maybe didn't mean to start, but they truly, truly love. And we have a good bond. I can talk to them and they don't feel, again, like I'm trying to trick them. I can be open and honest with them and ask them for what I need and want. That is something that I did not learn until my adult years. So let's talk about counseling for a little bit. Asking people for what you need and want can be really scary sometimes. Asking someone to host a class, they could say no. But I feel like, again, trying to trick them or, like feed them a line to host a class is not genuine, and that's not who I want to be. I don't want people, every time I start up a conversation with them, I don't want them to feel like I'm going to try and sell them something at the end. So again, your passion, is going to speak way more than, your, I'll say, network marketing ability, than the tactics that you learn. You being real with people and being passionate is what's going to really I'll say, not sell them, but yeah, kind of. You just talking about it and what it's done for you and how amazing it is, and would you be willing to give it a try? Okay, with all that being said, you don't have to trick people. There are still some things that, I have learned from network marketing professionals, from some of those people that put on, the different seminars and, have books and all that stuff. I've listened to them and I've gotten some really good things. One of the good things that I heard, what about being the example by hosting classes too? That's super important. And that's something that I'm kind of getting back to is I think it's important for the leaders to continually host classes. Sometimes you might have someone that's not interested in hosting a class, but they have a friend that's been bugging them. And so if you are hosting a class, they could bring their friend to your class. And so they're not having to host a class on their own, but they're able to bring one to your class. And that's a great, great example. And even if you only have 2 or 3 people at your class, don't cancel it. Do the class anyway. And again, being passionate and excited, people are drawn to that. People are attracted to that. And so again, you're not tricking people into signing up. Yes. Okay. So this is what I was coming back to. Right. She said, Melissa Pepping starts combos with, would it be okay if? So this is one of the things I was going to say, and she got that from someone, I believe. But is it okay if, or would you be willing to? Those are 2 really good statements. Would you be willing to invite some of your friends over and host a class and I'll come teach it? That's a great thing to ask somebody. Especially if you've got someone who has signed up some people here and there, just kind of random people they didn't mean to, but they started talking and people wanted oils too, so they signed them up. Ask them, hey, would you be willing to host a class and maybe invite those people that you've signed up and maybe some other friends, that would be interested in learning more, and I will come teach it for you. Throw it out there. Now, again, asking for what you need and want can be scary because that means somebody could say no to you. But being open and honest with people and upfront, I think people will respect you more. They will trust you more. And that is really important when you've got people that you want to be a business builder on your team. So, would it be okay if I, whatever, the question is, whether it's, would it be okay if I talk to you a little bit about our Essential Rewards program that we have? If they say no, then you don't have to go any further. And up front, you're not being pushy. You're asking a question. If they don't want to know about it, they can say no. And then, like I said, then you're not feeling like you're trying to sell them something, but you're really just trying to educate them. And you asking permission from people, that again puts people, instead of feeling like they have to be on the defensive or they're trying to tell a car salesman no, they have the opportunity at that point to go, you know what, either I'm not interested or, well, I don't really have time right now, but I would like to know about this. Can we talk later? Or, can you send me an email? I can't talk right now, but I'd love for you to send me an email with the information. You never know what might come up from you asking an open and honest question to someone and giving them the opportunity to respond instead of just kind of plowing forward and saying, hey, I want to tell you about, whatever it is. This is where you should listen more and talk less. This is one of the ways you can do that. Ask a question and then let them answer. Listen to their responses. Hey, would it be okay if I helped you with some of those health goals that you set? Or, I know you signed up with Young Living for a reason and you purchased these oils for a reason. Would it be okay if I helped you investigate some of those things? Always you can turn things into a question and offer to help people. That's something that is very attractive to people, is offering to help them, desiring to help someone. Again, that passion, they're going to hear that in your voice instead of trying to sell them something that you really have their best interest at heart. All right, so I think that's enough about that. But bringing up, would it be okay if too early in a conversation? It's all about listening. Yes, very, very true. Building relationships. Don't be so focused on what you're trying to sell that you miss what people are trying to tell you. That was really good. Don't be so focused on the product you're trying to sell that you miss what people are trying to tell you. Many times people are trying to tell you what they need. Maybe somebody is interested in a business and they're not going to come right out and say it, but they're talking about how they really wish they had some more time freedom or some more money to do things. Wasn't it? I probably didn't make it up. I probably heard it from somewhere, but, anyway, I'm going to take credit for it. They're trying to communicate their needs and wants. Maybe they don't have any interest in hosting a class because don't be so focused on the product you're trying to sell. Yes. Okay, how do you promote on social media, but yet not bombard people like other companies? What people are trying to tell you. Okay, social media, I'll get to that. Maybe somebody's really embarrassed about where they live and they don't want people over there. But maybe they'd be willing to host a class at a Starbucks or a little restaurant that has a back room. If you listen to people, those things will come up. And so maybe they are totally open to hosting a class. They just don't want to do it at their house. And if you're listening, you can, suggest something like that. So listen to people, ask questions, and then stop talking and listen. Social media. I think it's really important that you, if Young Living is a part of your life, which hopefully it is, or whatever company you're with, if that is a part of your life, I think it's totally okay to post about it in your own life. But you need to make sure that you don't lose the rest of your life. Make sure that you still post about your kids and about what's going on in your life and the places that you're going and pictures and things. Make sure you don't lose that. I think as a rule, maybe 1 out of every 5 or 6 posts, it's okay to throw your product in there. And it's okay if you've got a special going on or there's a sale or there's a really great promo that month. It's okay to throw that up on your wall. That's my personal belief in it. It's okay to tell people about that. But the other really good thing to do, and Monique McLean talked about this a lot 2 years ago at convention, and some people like having a separate page, and that's totally cool. I never did that at the beginning because a lot of my people came from my social media pages. And so, again, I'm just really careful with what I put on there. I have my private group or my secret group that I post a lot of things in, but a lot of people do like the page. Yeah, and you can still do that when you have a business page. But one of the things that Monique talked about a lot was instead of always, posting about the special or the sale that's going on or whatever, or, that kind of a thing, if lavender rocked your world that day, take a picture of, your lavender bottle. Oh my gosh, so thankful for this guy today. And that's it. It's a part of your life. It's a part of what you're doing. Love my yummy shake this morning, and you've got your pure protein complete with all your other components that you put in it. Those things, if that's a part of your life, it's okay to, put it out there occasionally. But if you're an infomercial and you've got, every product you use that day on your social media, you need to back off. Unless it is a personal business page and people have joined specifically to see business, stuff and products and things like that, then post all you want, go for it. But I feel like that's kind of where I have my secret group, or that's what I have that for. And so that's where I post those kinds of things. But there are definite benefits to having like a business page. Yes. Value, sales pitch. Just, kind of at the end there. Yes, that would be way too many. Sometimes one of the reasons that I have seen like business pages that are really good is for people that are interested but haven't signed up yet. And so they can like your page or, that kind of a thing, and they can get more information without necessarily being a member. And so that is a good way to get the products in front of them. So going back to the beginning here, talking about ULA finance, friends, and field. I feel like by not tricking people, you keep your friends. You get more friends because people start to trust you and you start to talk to them on a regular basis because they don't just feel like a number. They don't just feel like a sign up. They really feel like a friend because you're talking and listening to them. You're listening to what they need and want. And then your finances. The people that I know that have been wildly successful in these businesses have not had to trick people to sign up with them. They are real and open and honest. They say, hey, I have a product that I think you could benefit from. They let people use it. Those people fall in love with it. And all of a sudden, those people are doing the same things. Being real with people is easy to duplicate. It is, because you just be yourself. And you ask people if they want to try your stuff. That's it. Tricking people, I feel like, is not easy to duplicate because you've got to learn the methods and you've got to learn the right way to say things. And that just is not attractive to me or most of the population, I believe. I don't think I'm weird when I say that people do not like to be tricked. They don't like to be treated like a prospect. They don't like to be randomly messaged on Facebook after you haven't talked to them in 15 years and said, hey, I've got something I think you're interested in. No, they're not. They're really not. So that's what I got for today. And hopefully that was beneficial to someone out there and connected with you. But again, I just don't want people to feel like they have to resort to tactics in order to be successful, because you don't. And it's one thing to try different things. Maybe you haven't found your niche, and it doesn't hurt. Well, sometimes it does to try different things. Oh, cool. Super neat. It doesn't hurt to, to try things, as long as you're not turning people totally off. Again, I tried things here and there because I'm open to the possibility of something new, something different working. I am. But 99% of these things have not worked for me or anyone else I know. And so, again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Talk to the people that have been successful in your company and find out what they did. And duplicate it. So, all right. So my tagline that I have forgotten like the last 5 times I've done Periscope is, thank you. Okay, so I have to show you all these because these are super fun. You didn't even get to see the best part of my outfit. Hold on. It's my Charlie Brown leggings. How fun are those? My husband loves Charlie Brown. And honestly, I think they came out because the movie's coming out soon. We're going to have to go see that with the kids. But anyway, my tagline. What was it? What is it? Oh, if you don't quit, you won't fail. Oh, what is it? I've forgotten it. I haven't said it in so long. The only way to fail is to quit. There you go. All right. So hopefully, again, I talk about balance a lot. Balance, balance, balance. When I say that, obviously you can't sit on your butt and never talk to anyone and succeed at this business. Okay, you guys get that, right? You have to do the right things. You have to be talking to people, signing people up, all that stuff. All that means is whatever happens in your business, whatever failure you think has happened, it's not a failure in your business. It might be a setback. It might be, a temporary holding pattern, whatever. But the only way to fail is to quit. So if you don't quit, if you don't give up, if you continue to teach classes, you continue to talk to people, you continue to, talk about the oils and use the oils, you will succeed. It might take longer than you wanted. Did you know it took Deborah Rayburn 5 years to hit diamond? 5 years. It was in her Road to Royal book that I just read last night to my team at our business meeting. And I thought, and one of the things she said was she did not want an overnight success. She wanted a solid, she didn't say dynasty, but she wanted a solid organization that was going to be around for a long time. And she has obtained that. She has also ranked up 2 more times since then and reached the highest rank in the company. So when I say the only way to fail is to quit, it means all those other things are not failures. You getting a no from someone is not a failure. And if you don't quit, if you continue to do the right things, thanks. You continue to do the right things, you can be successful too. So, all right, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. And again, this is on Catch. If you want to share with your people, have an awesome day. Today's Tuesday. Yep. All right. Have a great Tuesday, guys.